John Sanders here. Thank you for watching. All right, we have a quick show for you today in terms of like I'm going to be going as fast as I possibly can. All right, but you guys can work at your pace when you guys are at home, of course, okay? We're not trying to ask you guys to do anything that you're uncomfortable with. We're actually just asking to see if you want to make it to the top level. And if you do, then you should do the stuff that we said. If you don't, it's all good. It's all good because we need people in the stands to watch the amazing players play. All right. Anyways, we will find out our game time hopefully by tonight. They might already be up right now. I sent the app link out, so if anyone sees that and sees that the schedule's up, go ahead and post that. But I'll get it to the website after workouts tonight. We have workouts tonight in both areas, at Campus Middle School and in Broomfield at some school. Whatever the website says, make sure that you guys check that. All right. And other than that, let's get started. All right. Again, like I said, it'll be a rush show. All right. But we got a few things to talk about. All right. The first thing to talk about is, JJ's video day. That's not the page. Let's see this thing. Nope. This one right here. All right. We got JJ talking about a whole bunch of stuff. Let me see where is it? Where is it? Is it that one? No. Jeez. Okay, I think it's this one. That's not it either, huh? Okay, I gotta come back to that. It's this page. Let's see, Wednesday, Chrome, Wednesday. That's where it is. All right, let's watch it. Let's watch it.
The workout card, simple enough, but definitely tougher in its higher levels. What we noticed is how you can make the workout easier or harder depending on your intensity of the workout. It's our choice to do this, and it's a waste of time if you go half speed. The car is really all you need, but who's doing it? And if you are doing it, who's truly pushing themselves? Basically, what I like to think about this is you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink it. And it's like, I can give you everything, all the tools that you need to be this great player or just this person in life, whatever. We have the tools, we can give it to you, but are you gonna follow that blueprint? That's the question. Because the blueprint itself will work, but how closely are you gonna follow that blueprint? In life, growth happens when you're uncomfortable. When you're uncomfortable and you're pushing yourself, that's when true growth comes out. And it's like, that's our goal, is to make you guys uncomfortable, but then make you comfortable being uncomfortable.
And that's all that I'm talking about. Making you guys be uncomfortable, but making you guys comfortable with being uncomfortable. Basically, is the whole goal of any great coach. All right. So hopefully we can somehow trick you into doing that stuff. If we can't, man, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. But yes, do the workout card. You can find that on our challenges page. Thank you so much, JJ, for sharing that with us. All right. I'm gonna jump to the trivia question today because again, it's a different sort of day. Gonna get so many things out of the way. So the trivia question today is this. Two-time NBA Sixth Man of the Year was born in West Germany. Who is this person? This two-time NBA Sixth Man of the Year was born in West Germany. Whoever answers the question fastest will get the point for the day. We have our leaders, Teo and Vaughn. Josiah is third. Austin and Ronier at fourth and fifth place. Whoever has the most by the end of the month gets a $50 coin. All right, you can answer all that stuff soon. All right, but again, this two-time NBA Sixth Man of the Year was born in West Germany. He also got three All-Star games as well. I don't know if that helps, but you guys can look it up anyway. If no one answers it today, by the end of the show, we will bring it back next week. All right, that's all that I got for that. Moving on. Stop the music. Moving on. We got our quote of the day. The quote of the day today is, beginnings are always messy. Yes, beginnings are always messy. Whenever you start off, you're not going to know certain things. That's why I even plan to fail. Whenever I begin a new chapter in our program, I've restarted the program 3 different times. It's gotten better every single time. But the first time, every single time that we do something, it's going to be messy. All right, for the first grader that we have in our program, she's struggling right now, but it's dude, everyone struggles in the beginning. Don't expect anything more than it being messy. And you want to get past that by keep going, by continually growing. Going and growing, yes. All right, so know this. That's the quote of the day. Beginnings are always messy. Don't expect perfection right from the start. I expect messiness, and if you happen to get something better, congratulations, you got lucky. All right, moving on to our itinerary stuff. The stuff for homework coming up here is number scissors shots, pick and roll slip, 2-ball dribbles, under the chair dribbles, curl jumper series, and one-on-one high post flash. That's stuff that we have in the future. Stuff that we have tonight. Free throws. We're going to show you how to shoot a free throw. Basically, spin the ball. Get your routine down. Everyone has a different routine. Get your foot on the line. And we're going to talk about that, but then we're going to let you shoot free throws. For the free throw shots, if you miss it, you got to run. All right, we'll make your whole group, like in groups of 4, shoot one, and for the first shot, if you miss it, everyone has down and back. Okay, just one run. All right, but if you make it, they don't have that down and back. The second person is the second shot of the 4-person group. That person has, if they miss it, it's 2 down and backs. But of course, if they make it, then no one runs. We have about 12 different shots, and if you make all 12, no one runs anything. But if you miss it, at whatever level that you missed at, that's how many runs that you do. We don't have footage for that, but I'll film that. And then the next one is you have to make 10 in a row from the elbow in under 5 minutes. This is one of our skill shots, or one of our skill tricks, I guess. I don't know what I'm calling it. But yeah, you can check that on the website to see people who have done that. If you can do that on your own, film it, all right, and post it. And we will add it to our mix of stuff. All right, what up, Teo Trujillo? Oh, Teo got it right. Yes, it is deadlift shrimp. Deadlift shrimp is the answer. Teo is in the lead right there. Nice job with the trivia question, Teo. And yes, Suaves, you missed it by a little bit, but everyone spelled his name right. Great job spelling that dude's name right. That was one of my favorite players from the Sonics during that era because he was so stone cold and like cold-blooded. I liked him a lot. All right, other things that we got are 15-second sprints times 4 pounds, drives and pull-ups, box jumps, split jumps. Make sure for the 15-second sprints, you actually sprint. All right, you gotta sprint back and forth 4 times, just sideways 4 times, but try to get 4.5, and you have 15 seconds to do so. Then we'll take 15 to 30 seconds off, whatever the coach feels like, and then you're gonna do that again. We have 4 different races, and the goal is to like recuperate faster than everyone else. The other ones are pounds, drives, and pull-ups. It's how you should drive. Off the dribble, gonna reach out and pound the ball. Step long, dribble longer. And then for your next drive, for the layup, you want to hit the same spots with your feet and with the ball for the layup. Then for your next jumper, hit the same spots. And that's how you should be driving, not with your body straight up. Your body should be bent over, reaching. And that's how you can get past people. Next one is box jumps. It's step ups. Step up 4 times and then 2 box jumps, then on repeat. That will be within the whole realm of things since we only have like 1 box jump per location, but someone's there to hold it as well. So we're gonna rotate to that group. All right, and the last one is split jumps to shots. Split jumps are great for dunking, but we're gonna add a shot. And when we do split jumps 4 times, you're gonna land low on the 4th one, keep the ball low, and then you basically will be doing a pound drive pull up where you dribble out for a jump shot. Make sure that you're not dribbling straight down. Those are all the drills, but let me show you a few of them real quick. Just try to beat your best mark. Whatever spot that you land on, you want to beat your spot 4 straight times. Well, beat it 3 straight times. You're gonna run four times total. Next one. Oh yeah, for this one, don't forget you can go 4 different ways. Right hand, right foot, left foot, left hand, right foot for all 3 things, whether it be a pound, a pull-up, or a layup. All right, so there's 12 different drills in this one, but make sure that they all resemble each other, like mirrored each other. Watch that again. sure that you're not taking those extra steps that Taz was taking in that video. It's just 1, 2, 3, or 1, 2 for those jump shots. And for the layups, he's taking extra dribbles as well. Make it as efficient as possible. What's up, Wes? All right, next one. JJ's in the video. Yeah, boy. Get it, Jay. Get it, Jay. Get it. Get it. He's about to jump out the ceiling right here. Watch this. 4 step ups. And he's going to be jumping over the ceiling. Let's go get it. It's actually a nice jump. Two jumps and back to the next drill. Make sure that you push off as hard as you possibly can for that stuff so it's not lame, please. All right, moving on to see what kind of homework that you guys have done. And what are you doing? We got... Who's that? Hurry up! Hurry up! We got Toby! Nice job, Weston. I see you working. Blake Bastani still working out. Nice job. Okay, I see Mello. Call him Mellow Yellow. All right, nice job, you guys. Let's see the story of the day. Watch. Whenever things get too hard, don't forget that your response is indicative of how you'll respond during future difficult times. Don't ever think it's just this one time I'll give up. Everything we do creates habits that eventually become unbreakable. Oh, that's so true. That is so true. Everything that we do eventually becomes a habit that becomes unbreakable. All right, and that's why that's why we're on you guys about the small stuff. And you might think that it's so silly. You're like, what does it matter if I punch this guy in the game? And we're like, it matters a lot because you're going to punch your wife later, okay? Or what does it matter if I don't overcome this particular difficulty? Well, then later you won't be able to pay your rent. Okay, it's small things that just continue to add up, and you think that they don't, but they do. All right, the things that you do today will be the things that you do in the future. How you handle the things today will be how you handle them in the future. So try to handle them well today because the stakes are low. You might think that they're high, but the stakes are low. You're always going to be able to eat right now. You're always going to be able, for most of you guys, you're going to be able to like feed your family. You don't even have a family to feed right now. But later on, the stakes are going to get higher, and those mistakes will be worse because you're going to lose your job because you got mad, as opposed to just you got sat because you got mad. All right, so learn to handle those things right now so that you can become more later. All right, now we're moving on to just a whole bunch of stuff that I have planned for. All right, the first things first is this. All right, is this. That guy right there, Michael Jeffrey Jordan. All right, I was thinking about this, and we have a first grade girl in our program, and she is sulking. She's going around just like, this is so hard, this is so hard, this is so hard. She does not want to be there. And for a lot of kids, they kind of don't want to be there either. But I gotta tell you something. You guys are looking at her like you guys are annoyed by her. Well, just because you're at this level doesn't mean that we're not looking at you the same way that you look at her. You guys feel like you don't want to work out extra. You just come to practice and you're happy to be there, but you're not doing the extra, right? She is showing up for a first grader. That's pretty good. So what I have to say to you guys is every dad, probably 99% of dads or moms in the world want to raise Michael Jordan. And they all give you a chance to be Michael Jordan. The thing is that at some point in time, they didn't want to push you too hard. And I'm sure that a lot of them tried. They were like, do I have Michael Jordan? And maybe it's not Michael Jordan, but it's someone like special, right? Do I have someone special? And they put it out to you, and your response probably wasn't great. They're like, do you want to shoot for 5 hours a day? Do you want to dribble the ball? And you were like, nah, as a 3-year-old. Like, nah, I don't really want to. So they were like, okay, I'm not going to be a bad parent, so I'll let you be. But everyone wants to be this guy. But you did something to say that you weren't. Probably, I'm guessing. All right? And with that said, do you wish that you had a second chance? Do you wish that you could go back in time and say, dude, as a 4-year-old, I should have been like, yes, I want to shoot every single day. I want to jump every single day. I want to be better and better and better right now, while my parents are going to be like, whoa, who do we have on our hands? We have the special kid who wants to do all this special stuff. And then they would push you to become Michael Jordan, and you would have an enormous head start and become amazing, right? If you wish for that second chance, I got to tell you something. You have that second chance. Now, the goal or the end result may not be Michael Jordan, but the end result might be D1, D3, maybe just varsity starter. And you can start right now. And who's your parent trying to push you? It's me. It's your coach. All right? Your coach is right here ready to push you. But how are you responding? Do you happen to be responding in the same way that you were responding when you were 4 or 5 or 6 years old? When your parents tried just to check to see if you were something special. And when you were like, now I want to play on the slide. Then they were like, fair enough. Fair enough. So what are you saying right now during the second chance? And realize this, we don't get that many second chances in life. All right, here's your second chance to become the future Michael Jordan of just your school. And we'll see what you do with it. All right. Anyways, what's up, Mello? All right. The next thing we got is this right here. All right. When I was in college, it's totally story time right now, by the way. All right. When I was in college, I had a coach named Kyle Smith. He's now the head coach for Stanford. All right. And he told me, like, during the graduation day, he's like, hey, we were watching a whole bunch of people give speeches. All right. And they were like crying, and they were like saying how hard it was for them to overcome this and that and this and that. And he looked over to me, knowing that I was a pretty good student. He was like, hey, what did you think of college? Did you think that it was fairly easy or hard? And I was like, pretty easy. And he's like, that's what I thought. But like, these people are acting like it was like the hardest thing in the world. And I'm not trying to discount their experiences, but I will say this. The reason that it was so easy for me is because I showed up to class. I never missed a class. It was easy for me because I didn't do drugs. It was easy for me because I didn't even drink in college. It was easy for me because I partied very, very minimally in college. It was easy for me because I didn't skip assignments. It was easy for me because I tried. It was easy for me because I wasn't my own worst enemy. And when you do things like that, and when you sit in front of the class and you do like the right things, everything becomes easy. It reminds me of trying to get a rebound during a shooting drill. If you have your hands down, the rebounds are pretty hard to get to. But if you have your hands up and you bend your butt down and you have your eyes up and you're ready, every rebound will come like right to you. So much so that you're going to like get lackadaisical. You're going to get complacent and you're going to say, oh, I can put my hands down a little bit. And that's right when the one's going to zip right past your head. All right. So make it easy. Do the right things, especially if it's for basketball, a thing that you love and you're passionate about. Go out and shoot your 500 shots every single day. Do your 50 to 100 push-ups. All right? Do your jump ropes. All right? Do your, what else is there? You got jump ropes, you got that. Do your 5 to 10 minutes of ball handling, all right? And do it every single day. Just never skip anything, and then see how great that you'll become. And I'm pretty sure by the end, as I've seen some players do, they've gotten so much better, and they've easily made it to college, but it still wasn't even good enough for them. They're like, of course I made it to this level. I put in all that work. So get to that of course stage, just as I got to for college, because I mean, if you do all the right things, of course you're gonna make it. All right, so stay in that of course stage. All right, for the next one, here's to the crazy ones. All right, so if you don't want to give 100%, that's okay. All right, that's normal. Dude, who would want to give 100%? I'll tell you who. All right, Steph Curry would. Michael Jordan would. Kobe Bryant would. All right, they're crazy. And Apple had a great slogan. They said, here's to the crazy ones. It's the people who want to change the world. It's the people who want to do blah, blah, blah. They are crazy. And the guy that was leading the way for them, Steve Jobs, he's one of the craziest people alive. And he like basically killed himself for that particular brand. All right. And I'm not saying that you should go out there and just kill yourself for something, but I am saying that you should kill yourself for something, whether it be for your family, for your friends, and like not literally kill yourself, but like you go out there and you give 100% and you become the crazy one for that particular thing. Now, it doesn't have to be a sport. That's actually quite silly if it is a sport. But if it happens to be a sport, those happen to be the people that you admire. And maybe you should think twice about admiring them, or maybe you should look at what they do and apply it to other realms of your life, or possibly, you might be one of the crazy ones. So know that if you don't want to give 100%, that makes sense. It would be extremely weird if you did. All right, but we're going to give the offer to you. And if you do, just know that the results will be great. Next thing on my list, 100%. All right, we're talking about 100%. All right, what would you give 100% for? All right, would you give it for, as I spoke about before, would you give 100% for your family, for your friends, for your job, for your career, for any of those things? Would you give 100% for your favorite sport, for your passions, for your hobbies? Would you give 100% for anything, for any number of things? What would you give 100% for? All right, because how about the levels of basketball? If I put you in the NBA and I gave you $10 million a year, would you give 100%? And everyone likes to say, yeah, for $10 million I would. I'll work out 10 hours a day, blah, 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 blah. Well, okay, how about I lower it? Would you do that to go overseas? Would you do it to go D1? And some people still are like, yeah. Once I get in D1, I'll go 100%. But as you go lower, people more likely will say no. And it's the same people who said yes about the higher levels. You'll say, high school, would you give 100%? They're like, nah, maybe. Middle school, would you give 100%? Well, no. Fourth grade, would you give 100%? Would you give 100% for a game this weekend and prepare for the next 4 days? I have to tell you this. The next 4 days, giving 100% is a lot easier than the next 10 years. And if you're not able to give 100% for 4 days for this weekend's games, you won't be able to give it for 10 years. I got to tell you that much. And if you want to make it to the NBA and you want to make these enormously high levels, you're going to probably have to give 100% at lower levels to be able to not only achieve those higher levels, but by the time that you get to those higher levels, your body and your mind and your soul and your spirit will be able to actually maintain that 100%, because trying to up it automatically out of nowhere when you have no history of giving 100% is astronomically hard. So if you can't give 100% today, you won't have a chance to give 100% tomorrow. All right. Next thing I'm talking about, I got so many things to talk about. We got Good Will Hunting. If you've never seen this movie, I really highly recommend this. This movie if you happen to be old enough, of course. All right. But yes, this is with Matt Damon. I believe it won Best Picture. It's an amazing movie about a genius guy who was a janitor, but he is in this school called MIT, and he solved an unsolvable question that was just left on a chalkboard in the middle of the night. And everyone figures out how smart he is and how genius he is through all these little events. But one time in a bar, he's in an argument with someone who goes to another rich Ivy League school. And the guy's talking back and forth to him, and he's showing the guy up back and forth. Sooner or later, the guy he says something, and Will Hunting right here, he decides to pull the trump card and say, funny that you got this enormously expensive education for something that you could have got for $1.50 at your local library. And what he meant was he wasn't heavily educated at these schools. He didn't go to those schools. He was just a janitor. He got his education from just going to a library. All right. Now, while that's not exactly the most truthful story in the whole world, because it is a movie, these things do happen. You don't really need all this special stuff that can be offered to you by D1 programs or the NBA or even by our program. All you need to do is just get down to work. Yet, if I put you on a top team in the country and they have 11 players but they needed 12, and you were if you were the 12th person, you would work out so much harder because you were on that team. If I put you in a top prep school or something like that and they had all this equipment there, you would work out so much harder because you had a chance and you believed that you were special then. What I'm saying to you is this. Once we get our program going and we have all our teams in place, and we have tryouts for this, tryouts for that, and we have top teams and lower teams, and you feel like becoming on that top team, and we've properly tricked you into it. Once we have the crowd screaming and the crowd doing this and everyone dressed up in your colors and everyone screaming your name, if you wipe all that stuff away, all it is what it is today. We open up the gym for you and you have a chance to work out. Are you taking that chance? Or do you need all the extra that go along with it that really don't add up to anything at all but inspiration? How much inspiration do you need? If you're anything like this guy, you don't need much. All you need is a $1.50 library card. All right. Do I have any more? Oh my God. Okay, this is one of my favorite movies of all time. All right. Sorry for just blabbing away, but I'm actually gonna record these and then make them like into tapes or whatever. Okay. But yes, one of my favorite cartoon movies is called The Sword in the Stone. And you guys all, I'm sure, know this story where the sword is stuck in the stone and only a special person can pull it out. And everyone from all around the kingdom decide to try to pull it up so that they can become the king of this place, okay? And this guy is an apprentice of a knight, and he lost his sword, and he goes out there and he finds this sword. He doesn't know anything about the sword in the stone. He pulls it out and he brings it to him. And everyone's like, dude, you pulled out the sword in the stone. Oh my God, you're the next king, blah, 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 right? And we feel like basketball is that way. Like you have to be anointed. Like you have to be chosen. Like it has to be like something special about you to make the NBA. Well, this is a little bit different because it's not quite like a movie. This is actually in your favor in another way, where right now anyone can pick up the sword. The sword is just on the ground lying there. Because in America we have enormously talented people, but over there in Europe they really don't have that many enormously naturally talented people. They just work their butts off. And the sword is there for anyone to pick up. Now it may be too heavy. You may not be able to wield it. You may be overcome by the pressure of being a king, etc., etc. But it's there for you to pick up. We have the hours there for you to use basketball-wise. Will you use them? We tell you what to do. We tell you when to do it. We tell you how much to do, and that's the sword. Now, I'm not expecting you to be able to wield the sword. I'm not asking you to be able to carry all this weight on you. I'm not asking you to be able to do everything that we say. But will you try? The sword it's not even in the stone. It's just lying on the ground, and the best players aren't even picking it up. Will you try to do everything that we say? Will you at least try to pick up the sword to see if you are the chosen one, or the one who wants to lift it over and over again and have that be your workout until you are able to lift it? All right, because it's not stuck. It's right there for the picking. Will you pick up the sword and the stone and become the next king of the NBA? Huh? All right. This has to be the last one. Oh, okay. I always hear this. People say, I'm built different. I'm built different. I'm built different. I like to say that a lot, right? Different's even backwards right here. But no, I'm built different. Are you actually built different? All right. And if you are, it doesn't have to be physically. You don't have to be 7 feet tall. Do you have what it takes on the inside of you to become different, to become something amazing? If you were 6'6", and the same height as Michael Jordan, would you have become him? Because you have that will that just can't be seen because you happen to be 5 feet tall? Are you someone special that is actually built different? If you are, I say go for it. And although you may not reap the benefits of the NBA, you're going to make your NBA. So if you are built different, show me that you're built different by putting in that different effort. All right? Because I will notice. I will point you out, and I will tell stories about you forever to the end of time. If you are that different human being. And again, you don't have to be born different on the outside, but born different inside your heart, inside your mind. Yes, go for it. If you are built different and you were made different, then show me. Prove it. All right. Last one is, if you were Shaquille O'Neal, all right, if you were training Shaquille O'Neal, would you train him to shoot threes? Would you want him to shoot threes? Would you want him to work on his three-point shooting game, or would you just allow him to just dominate the game like he did and become an all-time top 10 best player ever? Because if he could shoot threes, he would be amazing, right? What if you could start with him early in his career? Would you have him shoot threes, or would you just rather just let him end up where he is? For a lot of people, they think that what they are is good enough. And I got to tell you, what you are is probably never good enough. All right, I want you to want to become better and better and better. And I chose Shaq because Shaq is the extreme form of this. And he's probably the only one I would say, nah, just let him lie. Because maybe if he worked on other things, he wouldn't be as devastating on the inside. Possibly. But for everyone else, if you work on other things that are uncomfortable for you, it'll just make you better. All right? And think about what kind of person that we would be dealing with if Shaquille O'Neal had a devastating or at least a semi-decent three-point shot. We wouldn't even be talking about Michael Jordan. So when it comes down to improving your game, think about Shaquille O'Neal and think about, would you want Shaq having a three-point shot? Why not? Why not? Anyways, all right. I think that's my time. Do I have time for this one? Do I have any more? Oh, I got a couple more. I'll do it later. Don't worry about it. Anyways, I'll see you guys later. Don't forget that the quote of the day today is beginnings are always messy. All right, I'll see you guys soon. Thanks for listening to me blab away. I'll see y'all at practice, man. Peace out.